Obscura Dramatica.
Look, the lodestone. Why is it pulling now? It's not hanging down straight.
It's inclining over that way, no matter where I move my hand.
The hedges. Someone's back there spying on us.
There they are. A man and a woman.
Well, after them.
Wait!
For what?
Well, they could be lovebirds, just out for a stolen tryst.
In a graveyard?
Away from prying eyes.
They are getting away, Marcus!
No, they're not. We have the lodestone.
Give it to me. Let me run them down.
No, your clippings are too rash, too obvious. I'll lead this time.
Well, fine, but let's not stand gawping. Let's run.
Oh, you are a poor judge of character, Mr. O'Shea, if you expect me to embark on a foot chase in broad daylight. Besides, I already have a clipping planned for this afternoon, one that has been a long time in careful preparation.
Yes, Mrs. Havens. Get back to Bowmanville and carry that out. Mr. O'Shea and I will use the lodestone to follow that couple. Mr. Kingston, return home and wait for instructions.
Fine, have it your way, Marcus, but clip that borrower.
Don't you worry about that.
Happy hunting, boys.
Obscura Dramatica presents Borrowed Lives by David Bareford, starring Lauren Rogers as Elise.
Episode 3, Jesse.
This way!
No, the wagon. I can't just leave it.
What?
It's the hotel's.
But it's too slow to... No, take it. We'll split up.
Oh, great. So they can catch me?
That necklace with the stone, it tracks me. They'll come after me.
What do you mean it tracks you? How can a stone...
I don't know. It just does, all right? Now go. Drive back to the hotel. I'll meet up with you there.
What if they catch you?
Then it might not be me who comes to you. I mean, I might look very different. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand a damn thing that's happening.
Liberty. Graveyard. I'll say the word graveyard and you'll know it's me.
Yes, graveyard. Elise, you find me.
I will. You're the only friend I've got. As Liberty got her wagon moving, I ran in the opposite direction, wishing there were more crowds and buildings to hide behind. Except for a single busy road, most of the area here was open land. I saw two men emerge from the cemetery and begin pursuing me, the older man and the short one with the Irish voice. I didn't see the woman or the tall man they call Kingston, the one who had killed me twice before. I hoped they hadn't split up to chase Liberty. The shorter man chasing me was a little faster than his counterpart. He would surely have run me down if I still wore the body of Elise DeYoung that I was born in. But thankfully, the limbs of Jacob Burrows were young and strong and well fit to run. I ran for what felt like an hour, eventually making for a large cluster of buildings in the distance. At last, with my breath coming hard and my shirt sticking to my chest, I arrived at the buildings. There were dozens of people around, working in the fields and moving wagons. It seemed to be some kind of farm factory for processing something. One of the barns was painted with the name Budlong Farms in great white letters. I found a side door and slipped inside. It was dark and quiet and smelled of salt water and, was that dillweed? The barn held great wooden vats filled with water and wire baskets holding small cucumbers. It was a pickle farm. My stomach rumbled. It had been hours since I'd eaten. I looked around, but there was no one in the barn. I quickly grabbed a pickle out of the brine and tasted it. Not quite ready, but good enough to eat. I found a dark corner, far from any door and blocked from sight by a vat. I sat against the wall to rest and eat.
I'm certain he was heading this way. I was chasing right behind him, wasn't I? A tall fella with dark hair with...
I slowly came back to consciousness, then realized I had fallen asleep and snapped fully awake with a start. The Irishman, the one they called O'Shea, was standing not 30 feet away between the pickle vats, talking with an older woman who seemed to work there.
Well, of course it's important. He's a dangerous escaped lunatic. It says it right on his shirt.
My shirt. I looked down. I I had long since discarded Dr. Graver's overcoat as I ran. In the front, the shirt was plain cotton, but I had forgotten that the back was. I pulled the shirt over my head. There, emblazoned in bold blue lettering, were the words, Cook County Asylum.
Oh no, I didn't spy which building he ran to, but surely someone must have...
The woman seemed to give O'Shea permission to search, for she left, and he kept looking around, moving to a place where he would surely see me. I moved close against the vat, down on my hands and knees, to not be seen over the rim, but he seemed to hear me.
Who's there?
He was close, but I could not see him, and I dared not peek above the vat to check where he was.
Whoever you are, I know you're here, and I know you're one of them.
I stayed still, crouched on hands and knees.
O'Shea?
In here.
This is Mr. Shepherd. He's the foreman with... Why are you down on the...
I stretched forward to peek around the side of the vat. There was the older gentleman from the graveyard, standing with a new man, wearing an apron, and holding a Winchester rifle. I waited. They moved on further into the barn. I saw a clear path to the door. I saw my chance. I bolted out of cover. The moment I moved, O'Shea burst up from just around the vat. He had been waiting for me. His lowered shoulder drove into me and slammed me into the wall, and we were struggling.
No more running. I've had my fill.
I managed to shove him off, but he was between me and the door. I didn't know which way to run, and he drew a wicked-looking knife.
Patrick, no!
I'm gonna clip you, you lanky bastard.
He lunged at me with the knife. My right hand still held the balled-up asylum shirt, and I don't know if it was my quick thinking or Jacob Burrow's reflexes that saved me, but I used the shirt to turn the knife to the side. I spun the smaller man around and was able to wrench the knife from his grasp. Now I had him from behind, and the knife was at his throat. The foreman raised the rifle at me. I'll kill him! I will!
Oh, do it. Go ahead and do it, you damn borrower.
Patrick! Now, everyone, just calm down. Take it easy, mister. Mr. O'Shea just got a little carried away. No one wants to hurt you.
What do you want with me? What does he mean I'm one of them?
All we want is to take you back to the asylum and talk.
No, you don't. You're trying to kill me. Your other friend did kill me. Twice.
Twice?
Listen to me.
No. Tell that man to put down that rifle. In hindsight, I shouldn't have gestured at the foreman with the knife, for as soon as it was away from his throat, O'Shea wriggled to the side and struck backward with his fist, hard and low. Pain I wouldn't have believed exploded between my legs, and O'Shea slipped away as I nearly crumpled. I stumbled forward, still holding the knife, but managed to stay on my feet. I looked up and saw the muzzle of the Winchester, black as pit and strangely enormous, like it could swallow me whole. There was a flash and... In the darkness, I felt the sensation that was becoming familiar, as though I were deep underwater and coming up for air. But this time, instead of gasping and thrashing about, I kept still, kept my eyes shut, and took stock of everything I could before I dared move. I was lying on my back, lying on something soft that seemed like a bed. There was no blanket, and I was fully clothed, but in what manner it was impossible to tell. Yet I could feel a corset laced around me and long curls against my cheeks. I caught the scent of a perfume of spiced roses, so a woman this time. I stayed still and listened.
Tried to rouse her.
Oh, yes, sir, straight away. But there was no hope. The Lord had taken her.
I'd like a moment alone.
Here, sir?
Yes, here.
Mr. Wilkes, I might have overstepped, even just letting you upstairs, while Mr. Bowman being out of the house.
He sent me to fetch her, and I come here and find her dead.
Yes, sir.
Slowly, I lifted my eyelids just a fraction, just to the point where I could see hazily through the lashes. There beside the bed stood a young man, no more than 30, and he was weeping, with tears streaming down his handsome face. A woman in an apron stood behind him.
How did this happen?
We don't know, sir. Perhaps her heart gave out.
Heart? She's 20 years old.
Sorry, sir.
Was this man my husband? Brother? I surreptitiously slipped my left thumb under my palm and felt the base of my fourth finger. No ring. Not married then.
Tell me what happened.
But nothing happened, Mr. Wilkes. Mr. Bowman left this morning on some business, but he did say you'd be calling, and that we was to give you every courtesy of the house. He said that you were—
Never mind me. What happened with Penelope?
Oh, Miss Penelope rose late, took some breakfast, and went for a morning ride.
When she came back, did she seem hurt? Sick?
Oh, no, sir. She was in fine spirits. Oh, she said she was looking forward to seeing Mr. Orrin Wilkes, a young gentleman, this afternoon. That is, seeing you, sir.
Yes, I know who I am. What then?
Well, then she read for a while on the porch, until lunch. Just some cold cuts and cheese, some fresh cucumber slices.
Yes.
Then her piano teacher, Mrs. H., arrived, and they had a lesson, a Chopin piece. Penelope couldn't quite get the fingering on, and—
Listen to me. Betsy, is it?
Yes, sir.
Betsy, while I appreciate your single-minded attention to detail, when I asked what happened, I meant what killed her.
Oh, I don't know, sir. She was fine.
Obviously not.
But she was, sir. She and Mrs. H. were taking tea, and Mrs. H. was asking about how Miss Penelope was related to Mr. Bowman, and—
What did she say? How did she answer?
Well, she said, I'm his niece from St. Louis. And then she got a queer look on her face and just collapsed. Broke her teacup when it—
Collapsed?
Fell over, sir.
I know what collapsed means. Was she ill before that? Complaining of angina?
I don't know what that
Chest
means.
pain, woman?
Oh, no, sir. She was right as rain one minute, dead as stone the next.
How did she get up here on her bed?
Well, we couldn't just leave her all sprawled out on the carpet, so Mrs. H. and I carried her up. Then Mrs. H. ran for the doctor since her carriage was already hitched up outside, and then you came.
Leave us?
But, Mr. Wilkes, it's her bedroom. To leave a stranger— Well, it wouldn't be proper.
Damn your propriety. Get out!
I could feel the bed shift as he sat down beside me.
A few hours, darling. That's all I needed. You couldn't wait for me?
His hand softly brushed back the hair from my face. Surely he must be a suitor.
My sweet Laura. Perfect and eternal.
Laura? I was sure the woman had called me Penelope.
I know we said never to cry over a spoiled envelope, but
His voice caught in his throat. He was clearly mourning. What could I do? I couldn't lie there forever. Surely someone would notice I was still warm and breathing. Or worse, nail me into a coffin and put me in the ground. Slowly, I moved my hand over and placed it on his. He leapt to his feet.
Laura, is that you?
I opened my eyes. He was gazing at me most intently with the bluest eyes I had ever seen, his cheeks still wet with tears.
Are you back?
I'm all right. Suddenly, he was kissing me, in a way I am chagrined to say I'd never been kissed before. Not the timid pecks I'd had from schoolboys, but deeply, fully, in a manner that spoke of profound relief, of gratefulness, of love.
My darling, I thought I'd lost you.
I'm here.
Can you sit up?
Yes. Oh, yes.
What happened?
I was drinking my tea, felt woozy, and I must have swooned.
No one is here. What really happened?
Simply that.
You simply fell down and died?
I couldn't have died. Obviously. How would I be talking to you? I must have fainted, and poor Betsy mistook it for death.
Did she? What do you think of my appearance?
Your appearance?
Yes, Penelope. How do I look?
Why, you're as handsome as ever.
Who are you?
What?
You've never seen the face of Orrin Wilkes before.
Nonsense, darling. Of course I have. I love your face.
This face? What is your name, darling?
Penelope. Penny.
No, it's not. And it's not Laura either. I know what it looks like when someone tries to reorient.
Reorient?
Who are you? And what do you imagine gives you the right to claim this envelope?
Envelope? You mean this body?
Penelope Bowman was in use. She was registered. Where is Laura?
I don't know. I don't know where she is. I just woke up here.
Here. In this room?
Yes.
That's not possible.
Please don't kill me.
Shh. Keep your voice down. You're supposed to be dead already, remember? You conducted the ritual here, in my home. That breaks
what do you
every...
mean? The ritual.
What is your name? Your real name?
He was clearly upset and might do me harm at any moment, but he seemed to know something, and he might be my only hope of getting answers. Elise DeYoung.
Elise. Now you listen to me, Elise. People are coming who expect to find Penelope Bowman dead, and that is exactly how they will find you. Dead. If you lie or even shade the truth to me.
I won't.
Then tell me honestly, how did you kill Laura? Did she feel any pain?
I didn't kill anyone, sir, as God is my witness. I was in the body of Jacob Burrows, being chased. Then I got shot, and I woke up on this bed in front of you.
You expect me to believe you just jumped into a new envelope spontaneously?
I barely believe it myself, but it keeps happening.
It's happened before. How many times?
This is my fourth envelope. In a month, sir.
In a month? And without a single right of borrowing?
I don't know what that is.
How could you not... Oh, my God. Are you... No, it couldn't be.
Mr. Wilkes, if you know what's happening to me...
I don't. At least I'm not certain. I have a suspicion, but... Fine. I won't reveal you, but we will get to the bottom of how this happened as soon as possible. How do you feel? Can you stand?
Yes. And I'm sorry for your Penelope or Laura. Was she like me?
Not quite. She was simply a borrower, like me.
Then what am I?
If you are what I think you are much, much more.
I don't understand. What do you...
Later. Right now, we need to come up with a plausible story about why you seemed to die and then suddenly revived. Miss Havens will be back soon.
Mrs. Havens?
A piano teacher. Laura was taking lessons as Penelope. They had just finished and were taking tea when Laura died.
I don't think she was going to fetch the doctor. I think she ran off after she poisoned Laura's tea.
Poison? The piano teacher. Why would you suspect...
This Mrs. Havens? She wouldn't happen to be a taller woman, about 50, with her hair graying at the temples and pulled back in a tight bun.
How would you know that? You can't have seen her. She left before you transferred to Penelope.
But I have seen Mrs. Havens. Not here. In a graveyard. She's one of them.
One of who?
I don't know. A group who hunts down people like me. She met 3 men in Graceland Cemetery. One of them had already slit my throat in a factory and hanged me in a theater. The other 2 chased me until they shot me at a pickle farm.
At Budlong's? When? How long ago?
Just before I became Penelope.
10 minutes ago. And Budlong's is less than a mile from here. Far too close for comfort. And if Havens knew of this place...
It gets worse. They have a stone, like a pendant. It seems to be able to track me.
They have a lodestone of Atropos?
Yes, a lodestone. That's what they called it. What does it mean?
It means we can't stay here any longer. We have to move, and quickly. Can you ride a horse?
Yes, but Mr. Wilkes...
Not Wilkes, at least not in private. My true name is Jesse, and I'm going to get you somewhere safe.
Where?
Somewhere they won't think to look, and couldn't touch us even if they found us.
If you're enjoying Borrowed Lives, don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. And if you would, please take a moment to rate, review, and most importantly, to tell someone else about the show. It helps our work get heard by others, which helps us engage more artists and to create more content. And speaking of artists, Episode 3, Jessie, was directed by David Berford, produced by Roger Bazinet and Fawzy Simon, and featured the voice talents of Lauren Rogers as Elise, Ryan Bond as Jessie, Andi Bishop as Liberty, Stan Peal as Marcus, Fawzy Simon as Kingston, Riley Allen as O'Shea, Brenda McGinnis as Mrs. Havens, and Lexi Dillon as Betsy.
Have you ever been to the Palmer House, Mr. Young?
This has been a presentation of Obscura Dramatica.